Hey everybody, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Last episode we got started, created our character here, Rebear the Rogue, and we found out that I am sick, my character is sick, and we need to find some spring berries. Our buddy Sparfel was getting us some water, and we haven't found any combat or anything yet, so let's start exploring.
Indeed.
Sparfel.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Wow. Alright, it's not like I'm dying or anything.
Of course.
Let's see, what's this way?
Let's check by those outcrops.
Oh. Alright. Combat time. Pillars of Eternity combat uses a pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it's a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real-time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains many choices for automatic pausing when certain conditions are met. Startup combat as an example. Okay. So the only enemy I see here is Young Wolf.
Yes.
So I guess we're just gonna do
What you need?
basic attacks. I don't imagine I need anything more than that to take this guy down. Okay. All characters in the game, friend and foe, have 4 primary defenses against attacks. Deflection, Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy is below the targeted defense, the attack suffers a penalty to the roll and is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above, more likely to result in a crit. Okay, cool. Damage reduction, similar to D&D. An enemy's DR reduces the incoming damage by the listed amount down to a minimum percentage. If you're having difficulty hurting an enemy, try switching to a different weapon or attack that does a different damage type. So I know there's like slashing, crushing, there's probably like a piercing. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against a similar number. Okay. When a party member takes damage, they will start to lose endurance and health. Their portrait will begin to fill with a red overlay, and the health bar to the left of the portrait will slowly start to decrease. So, health bar is over here, and then there's that overlay. When the character portrait fills entirely red, the character will be knocked out. Potions and spells can be used to restore endurance, but health can only be restored by resting. And the wolf is dead. That combat music is pretty awesome. Alright, let's see what this guy has. Wolf hide. The wolves of Direwood are a large and crafty breed bereft of the species' usual shyness, and they present a serious hazard to travelers who venture off the beaten path. Hunters who seek them out will not usually contend with a single wolf, for they travel in packs of varying size, presenting a challenge to any lone hunter. Their furry hides are valued for their warmth, for the warmth they can provide, and the teeth of the strongest wolves make for impressive trophies. So we only got wolf hide off him, no teeth or anything.
I'm here.
And I'm like, looking out to see if I don't see any other wolves. Wow, that deer's leg is totally... Wow. Apparently I interrupted somebody's dinner.
This is it.
Okay, these are the spring berries I needed. Right, as you receive quests, your journal will update with relevant information. Yeah, okay. Alright, Kalisha. Odema says you've had some interesting travels. Let's see. I don't want to be too forthcoming, but I also don't want to be, you know, like a jackass about it. So let's see. Warrior parts of the world was a mariner. I lived out on a frontier for a time. So, conquerors, that is your business. Let's go with I lived out on a frontier. Yeah? How has it happened you come here? It's a harsh place to live. It's too quiet a life. Raiders destroyed my home. That isn't your business. Too quiet of a life. I was looking for something more. Hazard of the lifestyle, I suppose. You had to expect it was a possibility, no matter how much you didn't want it to be that way. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Raedric's offer. Makes a girl think, I'll give him that. You're here to settle like the rest of the lot? It's a hard offer to pass up. Just passing through. No, I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with the big city, just a little ways further up the same road. Where are you headed? Nowhere special. Continue the city, see where it takes me. Probably wander somewhere I can make some money. It's just putting as much time and distance between me and my old life as I possibly can. Seeing as how we're halfway between nowhere and nothing, I'd say you'd pick the right spot. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Adema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Let's see. Why are you here, Kalisha? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamiddle. But I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me. So I'm here, and we'll see. Odema I've worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. My family wanders too. We started in Direwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in Rawatai and another in Ader. My sister in Gilded Vale, she's the only real homebody. What can you tell me about Direwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Ader Empire. Broke off after a war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird kinds of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years now. But somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. So I don't know if I'm always going to be this talkative, but since we're just getting into the game, I want to try and find out as much as I can. Alright, let's get back to camp. I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfel's getting your water anytime soon. I did kind of get that impression from him. He seemed like a butthead. He does what he feels like when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on, let's get your water. Yeah, I really don't want to, die. Alright, so quest updated. We need to go find Sparfel. He really did not seem to be all that friendly when we talked to him before, so I don't think he kind of understood that whole life or death situation. Just wanted to see what's around this corner. Okay, we got some mushrooms. Burned lady. Now, let's see, here's inventory. Where did that go? Is it in my stash? Yes, okay, so things I've collected are in the stash, and I can right-click them for info. Forest, this thick, flat fungus grows along the base of large trees. Found on tall, distinctively shaped shrubs. These large pink berries are both sweet and frequently used in various medicines, and we needed them because my character fell ill on the journey. And then we just picked up the Burned Lady. Despite their humble appearance, these small brown mushrooms are prized for their taste. Their caps are round, distinctively shaped, small circular depressions. So it doesn't really tell me anything what they do other than springberry, but we already kind of knew that going into this. I did want to take a second just to kind of flip through the rest of the interface. Alright, so we have our character breakdown, attributes, effects, skills, abilities, no talents yet. Alright, and so I can click each of these to find more about what I can do. Same with Kalisha, so I can see all the information for my party and personal. We've got our journal, information about our quests, biography. Okay. Oh, this is really cool. So this has pieces of information from my dialogue choices with Kalisha just now. Your whole life you've lived for the thrill and discovery of exploration, finding irresistible the siren call of the far reaches and unknown places of the world. Many live their lives perfectly content within the confines of one small town, but to you such a fate would have been a death sentence. Hailing from Deadfire Archipelago, you chose to live along the frontier, but frontier life is lived in solitude, and the quiet emptiness proved overwhelming for you. You've decided to travel to Gilded Vale in order to distance yourself from your old life, and it may not be long before you depart in order to further increase that distance. And then, of course, we fell ill. So I really do like that. I like that it's basically jotting all these things down for me and building that story. And then this is, of course, going to have our bestiary and everything. Now, this is interesting. So it has the wolf, who we encountered, but the afflictions and injuries and that sort of thing is already in here. And I'm used to, like, The Witcher, where the only time you ever really got this stuff updated, especially the bestiary, was we had to pick up books about them. And of course this doesn't have too much information. I might need some kind of book or something, but I do like that it's ended. You know, I got my defeated 1 level 5, information about the different deities. I'm really excited about all of the work they put into building this world and everything that's so important in an RPG like this. And then, okay, cool. So we have a built-in notebook just to kind of take notes about everything. We've got our map, world map. Doesn't really tell me where I am. Oh, I'm here, I believe. I'm here at Sealant Lease. And then local map, stronghold. We don't own a stronghold yet. And then settings. Okay.
Yes.
So if I remember correctly, Sparfel was back down here by this tree, but he's not here anymore. So let's see. I can hear water. I think the stream is this way. Yeah. Let's see, is there anything up here? Nope. Okay. So one thing you'll notice about the way I play through games like this, where you kind of have to explore everything, I like to kind of hit all of the corners and fully fill in the map before I go back to my objective, just because I don't want to miss anything. You know, if an area kind of locks down, you know, if I can't come back here. Oh, a deer! Come back! Let's be friends, Mr. Deer. Hey, Mr. Dead Guy. Travelers, maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign, any way you figure it. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from it in a putrid wave. A dark-crusted bloodstain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Ooh, I can loot him. Let's loot the dead guy. Leather armor and a lockpick. So I think we're both wearing the same scale armor, but I'll definitely take that anyway.
I'm here. Of course.
Got some skeletons. Nothing else over here. Okay, maybe Sparfel crossed the bridge.
Sparfel went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
Okay.
Not good.
Okay. Use the tab key to highlight interactive objects in the environment. Okay, so that is convenient. So I can get this bottle. Sweet. Just what everyone needed. The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Okay. So they're not that fresh.
I'm here.
Let's go up this way. Looks like the same on the other side. Know where to go in that direction. Okay. I feel like I'm probably going to end up triggering something if I end up picking up that water skin. But it looks like I've almost completely explored the area around me. Let's go down here real quick, see if there's anything else. More mushrooms. Dire cap. Okay, so it's gonna tell me where it goes down there. Let's see. Dire cap. Small, unassuming white mushroom, common sight in the direwood. Helpful. Anything here? Nope. Okay. Well, let's get the water skin. Oh, what is happening? Okay. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfel, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, a spastic wobble in his ordinarily deft stride, as he moves towards you with labored breath.
Sparfel, are you alright?
Sparfel's toe catches on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap. The feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. I like this. This is a really cool way to do narration. And like the sound effects and stuff, it really did sound like he fell. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Oh, crap.
Ambush.
Well. Okay, we have a Glenfathan hunter. They're both hunters.
What'd you
Alright,
need?
Kalisha. You attack that dude.
Hmm?
And I will go down and fight this hunter down here. Okay. Sometimes a weapon or spell isn't well suited to penetrating an enemy's damage reduction. When the attack hits, the DR will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You'll hear about your character's complain about it when it happens. Take heed, note the damage type that's being blocked, and switch to a different weapon or spell type. Spell type, awesome. Spell type that does a different type of damage, okay? Well, I know I have some abilities, so I'm gonna use that on this guy.
Hmm?
And Kalisha, why don't you try knocking this guy down? Many spells and abilities in Pillars of Eternity have a limited number of uses. An ability that can be used a number of times per encounter will have all of its uses restored when combat ends. So I had Crippling Strike here. That's 1 or 2 per encounter. So I've already used one. I can use one more in this combat. Abilities that can be used a number of times per rest will only be restored when you rest at an inn or use camping supplies, okay? So I took this guy down. He totally caught on fire. Oh my god. That was awesome. Yes, give me your copper. What do you have? Hide armor and a bow. Okay.
Of course. Hmm? Indeed.
Let's go back to camp. I'm a little worried. Camp was up around this way. Uh-oh. Oh my god. No, everyone's dead. Okay. Okay, so since I had them both selected, they were both going to attack him. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It builds up over time as characters travel, explore, and especially when they engage in combat. Some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. The athletic skill automatically slows the onset of fatigue from any source. Multiple stages, minor penalties but growing in severity. Resting is the easiest way to remove the effects. Consumables can also lower character's fatigue. So who's fatigued? It doesn't say. He was a pretty easy kill.
I'm here.
Got some copper. Okay.
I'm here.
Alright. This is so awful. Oh my god. What about Odema? Glenfatha and Leader. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, sprayed and bug-eyed and filthy on the blood-damp earth. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away the horror like poisonous vapor. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs as they prepare to add you to the sprawling pile beneath them. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognize as Hayden, the last of your caravan left standing. Hayden, no! Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Let's see, why have you done this? So this is one of those examples. I have an extra dialogue option here because of my 1 point in lore. Ruin has not been sullied by our hands. We have not trespassed. We merely wish to pass through. I know what you did, but don't have anything to do with it. You're murderers. Try to kill us either way. We merely wish to pass through. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. Okay. So I have a bunch of different ones. I have perception, might, lore. We're innocent. Only a fool attacks a weak enemy. Your courage is a mask. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I'm guessing you are worshippers of Gallowayne. Gallowayne told you to stop protecting the ruins, would you? I really think I like that option because I'm an explorer from my background. You know, I'm knowledgeable, I've seen a lot, I'm from those islands, I've traveled far, so I would probably know about this area. So let's go with that one. Man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Hayden winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? It's always been known to my people. I see. Then what of Gallowayne's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Gallowayne would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. Why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man grips falters on his axe handle and he nearly fumbles it, affording Hayden the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing. That is cool. So we saved Hayden. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. So now we got some fighting to do. Alright, cool. So Hayden is now in our party. And it looks like we've only got the leader and another hunter. So what are you?
How can I help?
Looks like you're a rogue as well. Because Blinding Strike was an option I could have picked at the beginning, but I didn't. So why don't you blind the leader? And Kalisha, you go pull aggro on him.
Yes.
And I will also go in and attack the leader. Let's see how this goes. Kalisha, go over here. Oh wow, he fell really quick. Oh, I love that torch. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Uh-oh. What was it that Odema called? Beawick. That wind thing? Crap. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs in the air. Good, good, the gods are just. I am ready. Wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin like a jetty beginning to succumb to the surge of a great wave, and where it pierces you it feels as though it is running you apart from within. This is not good. Oh, Odema! Odema, are you alive? Seated against a wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across his chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs. He raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Get inside! Run!
I'm glad you used your last words for that, Odema. I'm pretty sure I already knew I needed to do that. Oh, that is slightly terrifying. Wow. So we're gonna go into those ruins they told us not to go into? Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Hayden, no! Can I save him? Strained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you despite the wind. From your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Okay, so we have throw your weapon. Oh, that's cool. So for my dexterity, I can grab a rock instead without throwing my weapon. Which I'd rather not throw my weapon because I'm assuming that means I don't have my weapon anymore. So let's throw the rock. Your aim is true. And the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, wind flares, pulling him sideways, tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Okay. Well, that was really cool. I liked how that kind of storybook narration worked. And I still had choices to make in that. So let's see.
A Bewick. Had to be.
That looked way too magical to be a normal wind thing, dude. We are lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Yeah, let's go venturing into the creepy ruins. I mean, I know we don't particularly have a choice, but, alright, so I'm gonna end the episode right here. When we come back, we are going to explore the creepy ruins that we are now trapped inside. See if we can find a way out. Thanks for watching.